Hey there, Vampire Logan here. Just having some technical difficulties with my new interface here for the game, but I am here. We are actually doing our Thoridan Chapter 2 Price of Vengeance finale here, and I have with me Wazubi and Jesse, and then two NPCs. So at the bottom of the screen, I don't think it's updating with the proper info, so that's not working. And also I'm trying to get Tailspire to appear in the scene so we can see that cool level with the final battle in it. So just bear with me, and guys, go ahead and maybe do the recap if you can remember. It's been like 4 weeks since we played, so
it's definitely been a while.
we're in the middle of combat, so
we are about to fight Bagoda and his demon buddies, and we have already, I think, fireballed them once.
Yes, lots of cultists, I think, were out, and it looks like we started taking on one of their lieutenants.
Yes, and we're being reinforced by hobgoblins, I think.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day we did choose the hobgoblins.
Yeah. They were a little bit more meat shieldy, where the other guys were a little bit more ranged combat.
Yeah, it was the hobgoblins you picked, and they were at least their leader was pretty kick-ass. He took out a guy in like one round with his 4 attacks or something, one of the guards that you guys had struggled with before, those berserkers. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off, and let's see if I can take a screen.
I'm pretty sure we only struggled with them because we had to fight like 12 of them at a time.
Display capture, let's try that.
That's what I'm going with.
Okay, here we go. This is Tailspire. Okay, well now that's taking up the whole screen. Oh, you can't see it yet because I haven't transitioned yet. Okay, so I have something
keeping it all a secret.
Yes, it will be there momentarily. Come on, right click.
Keeping it secret.
Wait, my computer is resisting my commands right now because I got it doing a lot of stuff here. Okay, transform, edit transform. Okay, so let's crop 300 on the right. Come on, type it. 2, 3, 4. Takes about 5 seconds to do a change. Okay, well, Tailspire can't seem to make it bigger. So I'll just push this over. Yeah, exciting stuff here. Okay. That there. And then I'm gonna... Oh, what did I do? I grabbed the wrong thing.
I know.
Yeah, so I think the thing you guys last did was you had been fighting a war on 2 fronts in the city of Hill's Edge, and the Bagoda's barbarians were attacking from the north, and the hobgoblins in their skyship and 3 lake-based warships were had taken over the docks of the city, and which are separate from the city, and had moved to attack the southern gate. But they were repelled by the players with some magic and they had pulled back and consolidated their position in the docks. And the north gate then attacked and was let into the city by the former Lord Tormethal, who the players had assassinated and used their changeling friend to take over his visage and change those orders to close the gates at the north. So a few hundred of Bagoda's men came in through the north gate, and they fought those off, and basically the leader of that component or battalion decided to surrender when he saw that they brought in some monsters to fight them, and they surrendered. And then the players talked to that guy, their leader, and he said that he didn't really want to go along with Bagoda's plan because he was getting really involved in demonic stuff. And so he told them that there's a cave that he is using a ritual to gain his power from. And so the players needed to get to that cave because they realized that Bagoda was already on his way there to recharge himself. And so the players managed to strike a deal with the leader of the hobgoblins to let them ride on his flying ship, his airship, over to that location to try and head him off. And they arrived just after Bagoda had gone in to start the ritual. And so after much planning, a whole bunch of time in the last episode, they figured out how to get in there and brought the hobgoblins and the elves that they had befriended would not work together. So the elves agreed to watch the outside, and the hobgoblins agreed to go in with the players. And so they went in and started a fight with Bagoda and his demonic lieutenants and a bunch of cultists. And so that's where we kind of left off. I think we're in like round 2 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're trying to get to. And I had done this in Tailspire, so I'm just trying to get it back because I've changed my interface, so I wanted to get a nicer looking interface. So I need to cut off some of the bottom. Let's say 250.
Bring it, you cultist SOBs.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Never anything wrong with attacking cultists.
Nope.
Okay, that's pretty close. Let's see if I can bring that over. Oh, it's moving. Oh my god. It's moving. Okay, if I can just shrink it down just a little bit. Oh, I give you the little cursor. Yes, shrink. She's gone from shrink to grow. Oh, Spaceballs reference there.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
gone from suck to blow.
It's Mega Made.
And we all hope their dice rolls tonight will suck. Suck. Suck.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, let's
I wouldn't mind a
transition
decent
this
dice
over
roll
here.
tonight. That would be good.
Yeah, yep.
I was not getting him in the last game, so I was really kind of glad that it ended.
Okay, so now we can sort of see the scene now. As long as I don't put anything in front of it. Okay, so that is the Tailspire side. I'm going to move the combat tracker over a little bit. So it's in the way of the... Oh, no, I can't see that. Well, the Tailspire is more interesting than the combat tracker. Maybe I can just do that. Yeah, that's the best I'm probably going to get. I think, can you guys talk again? I just want to make sure I'm getting a good
Testing,
level.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Hello.
Sibilance. Mic check 1.
check.
Stage left. Mic check. Stage left.
All right. So in this, before I had a separate player view for Fantasy Grounds, but I don't really care if people can see the DM view. We'll just let that happen. Now, I wonder why this doesn't update. I wonder if I just go next actor, if it'll update. Okay, well my UI doesn't appear to be updating with my ProStream tool that I bought. So I'll figure out how to fix that next time. But just so you know, at the bottom left, oh, and we still have your other picture behind you for Barash. So at the bottom, bottom left is Barash, played by Wazubi, and he is the Dragonborn Barbarian. The next person over is Ailey. He's the NPC Eladrin.
Played by Sir not appearing in this film.
You are third. The third person is... I mean, these aren't the right names and information anyway. But the third person is Paulian, played by Jesse. And the fourth one is Zero, played, or an NPC right now. Used to be played by Zero. Okay, so that's the players. And then on the Tailspire map, we have... Zoom out a bit here. So the players came in through this tunnel right here at the top. There's some tunnel through here. And then they jumped onto this arm. And then they moved down this arm of this sort of demon-looking thing. And they are now just near the bottom of the arm. There are some prisoners over here that are being used for the sacrifice of the ritual. This toad guy over here is one of the lieutenants. He doesn't actually look like a demon. He's actually a human with some demonic parts. And then there's another two of the... What's this turtle thing?
That's our rhinoceros.
Oh yeah, you summoned a rhinoceros. And there's another guy over here. I think you guys took out or knocked down the
we knocked down the other
succubus
lieutenant
one. Yeah, the succubus lieutenant. And then the main big bad guy over here is Bagoda. He is a human, but he's been kind of differently proportioned, although he is a little bit less than the last time the party saw him. So I should actually reflect that here. Size. Oh, he is on. Okay, so yeah, he is. Was he large size before only?
I think he was, yeah.
Okay, he's still large size, but he is somewhat smaller.
Shrinkage.
Shrinkage.
He was in the pool.
Demonic pool. Demonic pool shrinkage.
I was in the lava pool.
It's very... Well, it's not very cold, but... still counts. Okay, so I think I'll go back to Fantasy Grounds and we'll get onto the turn order. So how I had decided to do this, because there's a large battle going on as well, with basically the one of these guys represents the Hobgoblin. And so for the Hobgoblin, I have his, the leader of the Hobgoblins going, and then all the other Hobgoblins will go at that time. And then the Bearskin Berserkers are a group. And each of the sort of groups of people who are doing things, I'm going to just narrate. There's also some cultists and Bearskin Archers and Hobgoblin Warlord, Hobgoblin Melee Elite, and Hobgoblin Archers. And so I'll just sort of take off numbers of creatures as that comes up.
As they die.
I have an unidentified creature here. I think that's just something I can delete. Probably was something before, but... Alright, so we start the combat. Yeah, it says it's round 2. So the Bearskin Berserkers are kind of spaced around the top area. And so they're going to fight with some of the
Hobgoblins?
They got Hobgoblins. So I'll just make a general attack with them and sort of describe. Okay, so they don't do well this round. Okay, so not much is changing there. They're just fighting and holding their ground. Then we have one of the demonic lieutenants, Novak. He is the one you guys don't see. So he will be doing something that you don't know about.
What? How rude.
Okay, then there is Corza, the horned lieutenant. So he is down here. And he is next to the Rhinoceros. The Rhinoceros needs to make a Constitution save. Is anybody rolling for the Rhinoceros?
Probably Ailey, but I don't have stats for it here to roll against, so I'll just roll a d20.
Okay. I'll pull up his stats.
He makes it.
Yay!
14. Con is 15, so yeah, he makes that pretty easily. So he is in, this is for half damage or full damage? Or for no damage? Any creature starts within 30 feet. Oh, that'll be on his turn. Okay. Oh, +2 for each. Okay. Okay, so he has spell casting ability. Does he have healing? He does not appear to have any healing. So he will... you guys surprised them on the first round? That's why they didn't do anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think his first thing will be... Yeah, he's gonna cast Mage Armor on himself.
What a chicken. No.
That's totally uncalled for, I say, from behind my mage armor.
Mm. Oh, I did it twice, unfortunately. Okay, where's his effects? He's got a lot of stuff on the sheet. Okay, let me just remove that. And let's just make sure he has... Right, okay, because he has the Barbarian no armor bonus. Okay, and then he... What is this guy here? Oh, tab to see the... Oh, that's one of the... What is that? Oh, that's just a... That's just a light. Okay. I thought that was a creature.
It's a creature of light.
Oh, this is a good place for... I think a creature of light would be on our side in this thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I don't mind. Don't think that I mind.
Okay, so he's going to take an opportunity attack from the Rhino. And the Rhino will be... so his attack is... Actually, do you want me to just do it? He can use a gore attack on him. So... Oh, it was almost a 20. So he misses since he now has the mage armor. Ka-chunk. Okay, he doesn't get hit. And he yells out something in the please speak Abyssal. They probably wouldn't speak Abyssal because they've only recently become demonic. Okay, so he yells out something in the language of the Northern Barbarians, which I believe... I'll just assume that Bagoda, or that Barash knows that, and Zero. And so he's saying, protect the cultists and the altars.
Well then.
Yes.
That's a handy bit of tactical information.
Idea.
And then Bagoda goes.
I am totally going to have a bad guy do that with just some... protect those ants crawling out of the wall. And then when the players go attack the ants, I'm just going to ambush them from behind.
Psych. Psych.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, he is gonna... So Bagoda goes, yes, protect them. And he's gonna...
Second fireball time.
Yeah. Let's see how much space they take up. Sure I can see them all yet. Oh no, they're there. Much too scattered. Three groups of 3.
Okay, he's gonna jump over here.
He was immune to the fireball, right?
Yes.
Or was he just resistant?
As far as you can tell, each of the lieutenants did not seem very affected by the fireball.
Okay.
Okay, who have we got up here on the wall? Varash. Half-orc warrior, I think, is the hobgoblin leader. And Zero. And where is... Oh, Polly and Ailey are up on the upper part of the island. Okay.
We're a little behind. Just how I like it.
You like a little behind? Okay, he's gonna try and dominate this. Can you dominate monster on a summoned creature? I assume
It's not a monster.
It's
technically it's an animal.
I should look up what it can be used on.
Yeah.
I think when you summon it, it's a different creature though. It's like a fey creature or something. It says you don't beguile a creature you can see within range.
Creature, it does count as a creature.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? He's not going to waste it on that. He is going to put a... He's going to cast a wall of fire.
Put the hex on you.
Okay, wall of fire on a solid surface within range, up to 60 feet long, 20 feet high. Wall is opaque. Alright, so do I get a fire object? No, that's pretty wimpy. Let's see if I can scale it.
You don't need to. Just saying.
Yeah, true. I can just... I can just find something else that looks more wall-like. I just need something that stands out from the rest of the stuff. It's not really going where I want it to go. Okay, up to 60 feet long, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick. So basically, suffice it to say, it goes all the way across where this hand touches down. You can sort of see the idea where it is. And it's 20 feet high.
What is it?
Wall of fire.
Wall of fire.
Wall of fire. Ah, that is a wall of fire. Yep, okay. Looks like wall of pedestal, but okay.
Yeah, it is a wall of pedestal masquerading as, or wall of fire masquerading as a wall of pedestal.
Pedestal of fire.
There we go.
Is there any getting around that?
So I'll just tell you how it works, and you can decide what to do. Because he used it on you before.
Yep.
Yep.
So when the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a dex saving throw. On a failed save, you take 5d8 fire damage, or half if you save. One side of the wall, the one facing you guys, is anyone within 10 feet of that side or inside the wall takes the damage. When you enter the wall for the first time or end its turn there, the other side of the wall deals no damage. And that's about it. So you can go through it, you just can't see through it.
Oh, yeah. 5d8 is a hell of a lot. How long does it last?
Concentration and up to a minute, yeah.
Concentration, that's nice. It means you can't cast any more concentration spells.
Yeah.
I'm fine on this side, but Ailey probably benefit from being on the other side. Maybe not though. Do hit him?
Okay, and the other thing that Bagoda does on his as his bonus action is he turns on his Frightful Presence.
He's not that scary.
What's the range on that?
Face.
Is it anyone who can see him?
It is any creature other than a fiend or fiendish person, part fiendish creature that starts its turn within 10 feet of Bagoda must succeed on a DC 18 Wisdom save or be frightened.
Right, within 10 feet, okay.
So yeah, he's right there. So the Rhinoceros will have to make that save. Okay, and then
good luck, Rhiney.
He is done his turn. Paulian.
Okay.
So you are not within the 10 feet, right?
Nowhere near it.
Oh yeah, you're way up the hill.
Nor within the wall. I think... Where's the closest cultist? Do I have a cultist in line of fire?
I think he is trying to put the wall in so that you guys couldn't see them. So I'm gonna say
they block line blocks line of sight.
Yeah, it should be set up so that it blocks your line of sight, because he's trying to do it from you guys. So.
Alright. Okay. Is there anybody I can see from here?
You can't see through it. Not really.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you're. Which one are you?
Pretty high
up.
up.
At the back. So I think the angle that you're at, you can see this one guy down at the bottom right corner of the platform.
Okay.
That's
yeah, that would be you just bumped him.
Yeah, he's a cultist, so you can
Cool.
see that guy. He's unfortunately not covered by the wall from you.
Right.
Just barely.
Okay, I am.
Although he's longer range from you, so you're probably gonna be at disadvantage.
I have pretty long range.
Oh yeah, I guess if you used a spell, you would have the range of the spell.
Yep. I am gonna hex him with a bonus action and Eldritch Blast him with regular action.
What's the range of your hex?
90.
90.
Nice and far.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, looks like it should just be in range. Yeah.
Okay, so hex. Place a curse on a creature that you can see within range. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit with an attack. Also, choose one ability. When you cast a spell, the target has disadvantage on ability checks made with this chosen ability. Target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends. You can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to curse a new creature. A remove curse cast on the target ends the spell early. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a slot of 3rd or 4th level, which I will do, you can maintain your concentration on the spell for up to 8 hours when you use the spell. So basically, I should be doing plus 1d6 on every attack for the rest of the fight.
Yeah, you just have to move it with your bonus action.
You with a bonus action, that's right.
On your next turn after the guy dies.
Yep, and before I attack that round.
Yeah.
So, I do that with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. And I know Eldritch Blast is pretty far range. 120.
120. Yep.
Okay.
Even further. So, 1d10 force damage, but at spell it creates more than one beam when you reach higher levels. 2 beams at 5th level. So 2
beams.
2 1d10 beams. Yep.
And your attack is +7, I believe. Or you can just do the attack.
That might be right.
If you click on that, yeah, there you go.
Didn't. Oh yeah, hold on. I've got to remember how to use this software again.
Yeah, drag it onto the
here we go.
talk area. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So the total is 11.
Yep.
What did I put for cultists?
Yeah, the second one will hit.
Cultist has... armor class 12.
Yeah.
The first one missed.
Right, and so I think when the character inpointed, I lost the +4 on damage, but I'll just remember it. It's a D10 +4, 6 points, plus the D6.
Yeah, D6 necrotic.
7. Lousy.
So
7 total.
Yeah.
Wow.
7 total.
He's still alive.
I'm gonna use an inspiration on that first shot.
Does that let you re-roll just the one die?
Yeah, I think you re-roll a die with an inspiration.
Did you already take it off?
I just clicked it. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, never mind.
Oh, you were re-rolling the first attack shot. Okay,
yeah.
I see.
Yep.
To have a chance. I thought you were re-rolling the damage. I guess you
can't.
1
point of damage.
Okay, so he
should have just re-rolled the damage, actually. Oh well.
You rolled the exact same number too. That's
I know. Yeah.
All right, so
5% chance of that.
He is still alive.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Kind of is. So it's was a total of 7 you did?
Yep. I am 6th level and I can almost kill a cultist.
Almost.
Yep. Sorry, I'm 7th level and I can almost kill a cultist.
Don't worry.
Then it's Ailey's turn. So, who's controlling Ailey? Is that you, Jess?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. So,
Conjured animal.
his conjured animal goes right after him, so you can do something else with him first.
So I'm gonna check to see if that's concentration. Nope. Good. Then.
Oh, it's not really. How does it last for?
Probably a minute. He is going to... I think he's going to summon a beast.
I'm pretty sure you can only have one up at a time. It's weird that it doesn't say anything about it.
Yeah, I mean that would definitely limit the effectiveness of necromancers.
I don't think it's the same with necromancers, because they can summon undead as multiples. I don't think this is the full spell description, though. I'll look up conjure animals, because that is similar. Yeah, just to keep things easier for me, I'm just gonna say you can only have one of those up at a time.
Okay. Most of his spells are summoning.
That does not help us.
No.
I see a spell that he could use pretty...
Yeah, I see that one too. But I'm not gonna do it yet. Maybe next round. No. I think I'll just Guiding Bolt.
But he can't see anybody right now.
Okay. He's up with me, isn't he?
Yeah.
You could Guiding Bolt the same guy as me.
Oh, yeah, I guess if you just want to attack cultists, yeah, you can do that. Seems a bit of a waste on that guy. He could just throw a rock at him and it probably get him.
Yeah. Produce flame.
Or yeah, or just
that's just thrown.
Magic stone in his sling, or...
Not like he's gonna run out of first level spell slots in this fight.
He only has 4. And Guiding Bolt is so good that because you get the additional advantage on the guy if he survives, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
And it's radiant, so it's probably good to use on the lieutenants. But,
yeah, I can Magic Stone. Why not?
Okay, so he hits him with the sling.
Gonna do it. Oh, yeah.
And
down
5 because he's got the extra bonus. Yeah. Okay, that guy's
approximately down. There.
Okay, there is one less cultist.
How many cultists are there?
I count like 9 kind of humanoid figures.
You're not sure.
Okay.
But you got quite a few of them in the first fireball, so...
So is the thought try to get rid of all the cultists so that they can't actually do the ritual?
Seems to be a good idea to me. Like, he wants them protected, so I think kill the cultists and then turn on those guys.
Hey, that guy's gone. Okay, and anything he wants to do for movement?
Yeah, he moved down closer to the wall.
Oh, okay. And any bonus?
I think he had to use that for his magic stone, didn't he?
Oh yeah, magic stone, then use the sling to shoot it. So yeah. Okay, next is Rhinoceros. So now he has to make a save. So he already did the save for his con, for that other guy's thing. And then now he has to make the fear one versus DC 18. And I have a feeling that he's not going to have that high of a wisdom. Oh, he has a +1 actually, but it's not enough to get
not
to 18.
Enough. Yep.
So, he is frightened. And
I think that means he can't move closer or attack that creature.
I think on the first round of being frightened, he has to move away.
I think that's the fear spell. I don't think the frightened condition does that.
Dreadful Presence.
Or, yeah, check Dreadful Presence too, of course.
Be frightened until the start of the creature's next turn.
Right, so frightened condition.
Right, so, and frightened does what?
Frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attacks. Hold on, I clicked on it and then lost the page. Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. Creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay, so he can still stay there.
Yep.
Alright, and I guess you want him to
Might as well attack.
Attack Bagoda?
Yep. Sure.
Down, one hit.
He missed.
Yep.
Ooh, 15 missed.
Does he have multiple attacks? Rhinoceros.
I would think it would have.
No, he just gets one gore. He has a charge attack, he can do extra damage, but he already did that.
Stomp, stomp, horn.
Mm-hmm. Stomp, stomp. Yeah, he's only a challenge 2 rating creature, so.
Yeah.
Alright, that's him.
As a speed bump go, he's already lasted one round longer than I figured, so.
Right?
Okay, and then we have the toad guy.
Who are you calling a toad?
Okay, so he goes here. He walks over near the wall, and he leaps 30 feet in the air and up to here. Boing.
Oop, I lost sight. Oh. Want to play, eh?
And then how many attacks does he get? 2 attacks. Or 2 claws on a bite. He's gonna do a great sword attack on brash.
Well, that doesn't seem very great to me.
You missed. And he'll just do it again.
Hit him with a greatsword. And did it again.
Sorry, and for his bonus attack, he's gonna rage.
Oh, of course.
I forgot to do it, so I will throw that in now. Oh, did that not work? I guess you can't just drag it onto him. Maybe if I do that. No. Okay, I'll just Is your character raged? I can just cut and paste his,
yes.
I guess.
I'm all the rage.
Where are you? You're down at the bottom. And 10 rounds. Alright, and with that, so now he should have a better chance of getting you.
You don't have to improve his chance.
No, he still doesn't get you. Oh yeah, it doesn't help your hit, it just helps with damage. And that's his attack. Did nothing. Oh wait, she's not down. She is prone.
Yes.
Because of being...
The next one is.
She's knocked down. Okay, I thought she was like down. Okay, so she is going to get up. Half her movement. Not prone. And over here. So yeah, Bagoda shouldn't really be standing there then. Over here. Yeah, I was wondering why she got took out in the first round. But yeah, okay.
Because so. Paulian's that good.
You betcha.
Was there really ever any doubt?
Okay, and she's going to cast a spell on the Rhino. She tries to touch the Rhino.
Do not touch the Rhino!
She hits him.
I tapped the sign on his cage. Do not touch the Rhino.
Do not touch Rhino.
Or feed the Rhino.
I said pardon.
And you see some of its life force drain from the Rhino into her body.
Not feed the demons.
Right?
Equal to half the amount dealt. Okay, so 6 back for her. Okay. And can she do a... So that's a spell. How's her multi-attack work? 2 attacks with power whip, 2 stress, or 1 attack and 1 spell. Okay, so she can cast a spell and do an attack.
Getting up doesn't...
It's just half your movement.
No, I was just going to say, it's not going to do any opportunity of attack because the Rhino's already done it.
Yeah. Oh, and it wouldn't anyway, because getting up is only when you leave their zone.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
She will use her whip on the Rhino. Oops. That is not what I was trying to do. But I'll take it as a 17, which will hit him anyway. And it does this. So she whips the Rhino, and her whip kind of bursts into flame when it hits him, and puts a burn mark of flame onto his back. So poor Rhino is sitting there. He's been vampirically touched, and then frightened, and now whipped with fire.
Branded.
Sounds like most of my days in the office.
Alright, and then the Hobgoblin Warlord is going to... Where is he? Okay, so he is near to the fire. And if he goes through it, then he... There's no one else to attack here, is there?
Well, there's the big guy right behind him, isn't it?
Oh yeah, big guy. Okay.
Yeah, like this big guy right there.
Yeah, we'll attack that then.
Just as a hint.
Okay, that is supposed to be higher.
Oh. I saw the Hobgoblin at the end of the combat tracker, and I saw me at the top of the combat tracker. And I'm like, oh, I'll wait until after my turn to go use the bathroom. And then I like scrolled it down, and it's like, oh, never mind. Maybe I'll go now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna short bio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta adjust this stat here. Oh wait, didn't I make up? Hang on a sec, I just have to look in my monster list here. I'm pretty sure I made up a better guy for this because he's pretty weak from the default case. Oh, I guess I didn't. Or was it just on your NPC? Ah, there he is. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, so...
That's a ticket.
gonna drag him in here. And change him to friendly. Delete this one. Alright, let's see now. Yeah, there we go. Long swords. His multi-attack is... three or four. Okay, so he's not using his shield right now because I think last time he had his two swords out. So he will take his... what is this? Once per turn. That's pretty cool. Okay, so if he can hit this guy, it shouldn't be too hard. Alright, what's this? Oh, now he's got double rage.
He's really angry. Wooey, wooey.
Okay, put it back to that. Yeah, where was it? Okay, so he's fighting that guy. He missed with his first attack. Second attack. Wow. The DM is not rolling too great tonight for the NPCs. And his final attack is a hit. He's doing it single-handed, so that. And then he, because he's got an ally on the same target, he can roll this. Nope. That goes on himself, I guess.
Back.
The only thing you missed was Dan missing.
3 times out of 4.
Woohoo! I'll take that.
It was our guy that was fighting.
It was
so
the Hobgoblin
we really didn't want that.
Warlord.
Oh. Well, then
Okay.
never mind.
So, but he
Exactly.
he
Take
uses
that
martial
back.
advantage to get an extra 13 points, so he did 30 points with his one attack.
Well, that's pretty good.
And then the Hobgoblin Melee Elite. So they were coming down, I believe, with you guys. But they are stopped at the wall. So I'll say they get to do a few attacks at the big guy.
Well, they get the guy that teleported up to our side of the wall, too.
Hang on a sec here.
And that might be who you mean.
What's going on? Why can't I answer this? There we go. Hello? Hello? Oh, hello? Sure.
Revenue Canada calling.
Okay, bye. So, yeah, I have to take a small break as well.
Okay.
I'll be right back in about 5 minutes. I will just mute you guys and put on some music. So,
Very well.
oh, and just for anybody who is watching, the contest is on. I normally say do it for subscribers, but if anyone enters, if I get at least 2 people entering, I will actually give away a prize regardless of subscribers, although it'd be nice if you would subscribe. So anybody who wants to do that now might be a good time. And I'm going to mute these guys and switch it over to a break screen. Oh, come on. There we go. Mute. Break. So yeah, you guys can talk now if you want, and they won't hear you. We can strategize. Strategize. Okay, I'll be back. Alright, Vampire Logan here, we're back. So, just continuing with the round 2 of the combat. So we're doing the melee attacks of the hobgoblins. So I will have them... they're not going to go through the wall because it's going to burn them, and that will do a lot of damage. So let's do some... A few of them can probably get in on the big frog guy. So I'll just make a few attacks against him. That's a miss. And a miss, and one more.
I hear a trend, Dan.
Hey, one of them managed to hit.
Woohoo!
Okay. And he can do the extra 3d6 as well. So he does a total of 18 on that guy. Okay, he's still in the green, but he has taken some damage. Okay, then the Hobgoblin archers go, and they're gonna shoot at the other, the bearskin archers. And they have a bad round. Then the bearskin archers will shoot at the hobgoblin archers. Oh, and they actually get hit. So, what are their stats? So that does, I didn't really add up their damage, so let's say times 10. No, I would take out half of them. Oh yeah, I was going to do something based on how well they rolled. So they got a 20. So I'll say they take out 3 of the hobgoblin archers. So that's going to be down to that many. And just 36. I wish this thing had a better thing for doing math.
Oh, math.
Okay, so they do that, and then the cultists are gonna move to defensive positions. So they're taking cover behind the altars.
Taking cover, eh?
Trying to do the ritual.
You yellow bastards.
Okay, so this one goes up here to grab. Oh no, that one's already being sacrificed. This guy double moves over here to get to and unlocks a prisoner. Those two guys go over to that altar. This one goes over there too. These two guys go to this one. It goes over there. This guy double moves over. Tries to grab that prisoner. Oh, and another thing that Bagoda shouted out when it was his turn is that they said he said that the cultists need to speed up the ritual, and on their turn they say, "But that's dangerous," and he goes, "I don't care. Speed it up now." And they go, "Yes, sir." So you guys don't know what that means. Oh, wait, this guy over here. I forgot there was some over here. So it goes over to that one. Okay, and that is the
Cultists.
Yeah, that was cultists, and we're on to Barash finally.
Hey! Wasn't sure I was going to play tonight.
Yeah, we're almost to the end point.
I was actually here at like 9, so. Okay, so let me just calculate here. Oh, isn't there a measuring tape? .8 tiles. How many tiles do we get to move?
6 and the attack, or 12 without an attack.
For Barash, he's I think has the 40 movement
I've got
now.
the 40.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So you can go
8.
8.
And can you do you have a charge attack or not? I don't know.
I think I allowed that in the arena, but I think it's a special ability in regular play.
So no charge. Okay, let's see here. See, that's tough because I can't get to the cultist. That's 14 away.
Well, if you double move, you can go 16, but you can't attack. Sorry, no. If you double move, you can go 8. 4. No. Yeah, you can move 8 normally, and then 16 if you double move, but then no attack. You basically take your action to move again.
Hmm. $16. What do you think? Do I go jump in some cultists, or do I fight the toad?
You know, the cultist is the right answer as long as you don't get ganged up on by the demons.
Well, yeah, but everybody else is
and
on the other side.
For that matter.
Exactly. Everybody else is on the other side of this, so.
I think it kind of has to be the toad guy.
All right.
Even that many cultists would be dangerous.
And hopefully they'll mess something up because they're rushing. All right, I'll attack Toad.
Yeah.
Let's see here, Toad. Where are you?
Ailey will dispel the wall this turn.
Okay.
That'll give us a little bit more options.
Slag? Is that right?
Yep, slag.
Oops. Candle. man, I thought I had a better attack. Well, there's a hit. Oh, sucky! It's not going to be my night. Alright, that's it.
Don't you have 2 attacks?
That was 2 attacks.
Oh, that is 2 attacks.
Thanks for asking.
I didn't see the first one. You can still do a bonus action if you have something, because you already raged previously.
Sorry, what can I do as a bonus action?
Let me see. I think you have. Isn't there some new ability with your
But unfortunately, the one that the new ability that I have that I didn't pay attention to at the time was the I actually have advantage on initiative,
Oh yeah.
which would have made it so my initiative would not have been 6.
Is that because of
But-
danger sense?
Sorry?
No, not danger sense. What gives you that? Feral instinct?
Feral instinct, I think.
Initiative. I'll allow you to play to re-roll it now, and then next round you can take the new initiative.
Seems
All right.
reasonable.
Watch it be the same thing. No better. Absolutely the same.
That's hilarious.
At least you tried.
Yeah. At least I tried. Yeah, so I'm done. 0, on the other hand.
Okay.
Where is 0?
Just before 0 goes, there's going to be a legendary action. They can go after any player's action, I believe. I haven't really done stuff with these yet, but Bagoda can do legendary actions as a big bad. Let's see what he can do.
Mighty Smite. All characters die.
Alright, so he can do... Okay, so he can take up to 3 legendary actions from the following actions.
Apparently
Okay.
he was scared of Ailey. Or scared of 0.
He is going to what is Infernal Command? I made this up so long ago I forget what that gave him. Each of his allies. Okay, that's not important. Okay, so he can use up 2 of his legendary actions to attack once with his great axe. So he'll do that to the rhino.
Rhinoceros.
Yeah. Dang. And he hits with his hellish great axe, which is on fire and causes a small amount of fire damage as well. And you notice that the great axe is not hitting as hard as it was before.
Okay.
So you can see that he is not as powerful as when you guys met him in the arena.
Good.
I could take 20 hit points damage without going down.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then Zero can go.
Okay. Let's see here. Zero will. Didn't Toad attack me? Is Toad facing me?
No, he attacked.
Yeah, he attacked me twice, didn't
Did he? Oh yeah, I guess he
think he
did
did.
because he didn't attack Zero.
he? Yeah. So he should be facing me, not Zero. So Zero should be able to sneak attack him.
Yeah, he just needs someone nearby to be able to do that anyway.
Doesn't even need to be flanked, just anyone else
Yeah.
adjacent.
Okay, so he will go with a sneak attack. Bloop. And then... Seriously? Come on, you bastard. Does he get 2 attacks? No. Can't remember.
I don't think
does
rogues
it
get
say?
that. Yeah, I think sneak attack is all they get.
Alright, well then
Because they
he
get more damage each level, so or each a variety of levels.
Yeah.
Okay, does he want to do anything else? Oh yeah, he can bonus action disengage too if he wants to.
Yes, so he will disengage. Let me just figure out where he actually is here. Well, hard to tell. Oh, there you are. Okay, so he'll bonus action disengage. Can he still move?
Yep. Then he takes his full movement of 30 feet. Okay, that's him.
Okay, I just want to see where can he see down into that area now?
It's still blocked by the wall of fire. But if that is gone, then he should be able to see.
Okay.
So at the end of Zero's action, Bagoda will take his last legendary action, and he will. Oh wait, his teleport is only.
Light, and he can't see through them.
Yeah, I think he can't see. Can any unoccupied space he can see? Yeah. Okay, he'll use his teleport then to go. Yeah, so he teleports up to the top of the head of this thing. And then it's a new round. So back to the
He
top.
teleports
is...
up to. Whilst
Okay, and the berserkers are gonna. So these are the melee ones. What were they fighting? I guess they're gonna move down behind you guys. Okay, so I'm just going to assume there are a crowd of these guys. There's about, how many does it say? There's about 10 of these guys left. And I'm just going to throw a couple attacks at Holly. Oh no, they would have to... What did they do in the first? Yeah, I guess they moved forward on the previous turn, and then this turn they can move and attack. So I'm just going to throw a couple attacks from them onto Pauline and Zero. Yeah, that'll be a hit. Okay, they take out, that one takes out that one should, doesn't a 17 miss on you with your mage armor?
No.
Oh, mage armor gets you too.
Hold
Like
on
13.
1 second. So it's not just 13, the mage
Should have
armor takes it
16, I
above
guess.
that. Yeah. That's right, 16.
Okay, so we'll put
Yeah,
3 in there. There.
that'll make things easier.
Yeah. Okay, so 16 still, it would hit with a 17.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be another hit. Okay, you take a little damage. And then...
Point to get through.
And a miss on Zero. 2 misses on Zero. Okay, and the rest of them are sort of milling about with the other hobgoblins. Alright, then Novak is nowhere to be seen yet. Okay, he's doing his thing. And then Corza is the horned guy. Alright, he is... Go over here and help with this ritual. Yeah, I guess he doesn't have anything he needs to do right now. I guess he'll just cast a cantrip at the rhino. Oh, he crits him.
Goodbye, Rhiney. I
I
hardly knew he...
It's just with a ray of frost, though. Oh, that's pretty good. 14
Just
cold
with a ray of...
damage.
Oh.
That also reduces its speed by 10 feet.
No, it's alive. Wow. Cool.
Just in case it was gonna run away. Being frightened and all. So, actually, 14 is gonna bring it up to... Oh, yeah, that killed it.
Yeah.
1 point
As
over.
it should be.
It's died.
No more rhino.
Mini poo-poo heads.
Alright, so that's his turn, then it's Bagoda's turn. Okay, so he can do 3 melee attacks, 2 and 1 spell ability. Oh, where'd he go? He should be here. Okay, he's coming after Pauline. Okay, so he teleports there.
Time for round 2. This time, I'm going to take you down in one swing.
Nice.
He says brazenly. Teleport,
You
I
got
think,
this.
is his action. I hope.
No, he can teleport and do something.
Ah, of course.
But, what is he gonna do?
Be ugly.
Her. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a good job of it.
Mm-hmm. Hate to wake up with that mug.
Right?
Alright, he's just gonna use his great axe on you. That'll hit.
Plus 10? Yeah. That'll hit.
Remember when you were saying you could take a hit?
Again, I can take 20. I can take 22.
Okay, and part
Not
of it
anymore.
is fire
Oh yeah,
damage.
no, it's already there. I looked over and saw that I had 30 damage. It's like, I can't take 22 now. But,
and his
that
next
was
attack
already...
is a 1.
Hey!
And I will say he swings and he laughs because he thinks he's easily going to defeat you because I think he did before, right?
Yeah, one hit.
And he laughs so hard he loses his grip on his hellish great axe and drops it.
Into the lava.
Oh, yep.
I'll make a dex check to see if he can stop it from going into the lava.
I'll make that crying gesture where I wipe my eyes.
Alright, we'll go.
Then I hit him for a D8.
I can get you.
Yep. Well, he's just gone, so I can't retreat, or I'll provoke an opportunity attack that will certainly kill me. So my action here is to stab him twice with a demon dagger.
Oh, his great axe rolls off the edge here, and starts bouncing down into the towards the goop there. And
prepare mage hand. Oh, let me get that for you. Ah, it's out of range.
Sorry.
he is yeah, that'd be funny. You just push it down lower. Shh, shh, shh. All right, so a bit of luck for you there.
Mm-hmm.
And it is now your turn. He has no great axe, you realize.
Mm-hmm.
So if you did want to get away, this might be the best time.
Does he not have a claw attack or a bite attack?
He, you don't know. You don't see like big.
He's got a green
face.
alligator attack.
All right. Well, I mean, geez, given my options, I might as well stab him before I go, even whether I move or not. So I do that.
Okay, and a voice flares into your head. Yes. Stab him good.
This one's for you. And I get to do it twice.
Yep. Oh, you get two attacks?
I have something with my packed weapon.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
22 and ooh. 2 hits,
yes,
I think.
You hit him both times.
Nice.
Oh, I can drag it onto... I'm going to drag it into the thing. You could add it. 7 and 7. 14 points.
That's including the magic bonus?
Yeah, that's all. They're all in.
Okay.
They're both ones I rolled, of course.
You might discover something new about Blackthorn. Just give me a sec here. Okay, so now that Blackthorn is in your hand, you sense the presence of the other demonic lieutenant.
Broad guy or the other guy?
The
one that was knocking?
guy you haven't been seen yet. He is somewhere around this top altar, near that wall. You sense his presence there. You also sense the other guys, but you can already see them. Oh yeah, I guess that you can even see them through the sense them through the firewall now.
Cool. Okay. We got a fourth guy down there. I shout, and then I say, move myself. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. And I hide behind this barbarian.
Okay, go look at that. What is a new ability you might find right now? Blackthorn will do this now because you hit him nice and good. He casts haste on you.
Ooh. And haste. Definitely doubles move, I think.
I don't know if that gives you any more attacks.
Additional action that only can be used to take the attack, one weapon attack only, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. So I could make one more attack with it.
Okay.
And
Go.
yes.
Critical would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Also, the dice part of my
asking
roll is
for
only
free.
a D4.
Alright, you hit him again.
Of course, it's a 1 again.
There's 3 ones, holy shit.
Yep.
That is super sad.
It's only D4, so the odds are only 1 in 64.
Alright, so another 7. Were you doing that directly to him, or did I have to add all those in?
Yeah, you have to add them in.
Okay, so
21 points.
And you know now from him doing that you can... Blackthorn can cast haste on you once per day, but it decides when to cast a spell and maintains concentration on it, so you don't have to.
Oh.
But you can always ask.
I got a feeling there's a bargaining session that follows that favor.
Maybe.
I'm thinking of Venom here, actually, an Eddie Brock's relationship.
Yep. Totally.
I just want to eat them a little. How about an arm?
Okay, and you had killed that guy, so at the beginning of your round, you could have actually put the hex on Bagoda, which I assume you would have
Oh,
done.
yes, that's right. So that's another 3d6, actually.
Yep.
Ooh, that's better.
Although, what type of damage is it? Necrotic?
That's a good question. Ba-ba-bum. Yep.
So, I forgot to rage him, too. So he actually is taking full damage from that.
Cool.
Okay, so that was another 15, you said?
Mm-hmm.
36. Not bad for a guy with a dagger.
No, indeed. Stabby, stabby.
So Pauline is like... stab, stab. And he was while he was laughing and dropping his great axe into the
Yep.
deep there. Okay, after your turn, he uses one of his legendary actions to teleport down to the where his axe fell and grab it just before it falls in.
Didn't he run out of legendary actions?
It's
I
a new
gave
round.
him 3 and he's used 3.
He gets 3 every round.
He gets 3 every round?
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
D&D 5.
Yeah, legendaries are like how you build a boss monster. Otherwise, they
It's-
just die too fast.
Yeah, it makes the boss monsters something more interesting.
There's also legendary saves, which are super annoying, and they just
Yeah.
cancel player spells.
yeah, they can
Really?
just make
Oh,
them.
yeah.
They only get 3 of those for combat though, so you can burn through their legendary saves. If they fail, then they can make it not fail. That's how it works.
Huh.
Yep.
Crazy.
It's so there's a bunch of spells that I can't remember who called them this now, but save or suck, like banish. It's
Yeah.
just basically like, oh, it failed to save. He's gone. He's sent to another plane of existence for an
10
hour.
for 10
Right,
rounds.
We'll just clean up here, and wait for him to come back, and we'll be all fresh and kill him.
Yeah.
And so they want that. It's not really for like reducing the damage of fireball. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh crap, the big bad just lost his fear save, and now he's running away
Mm-hmm.
for 10 minutes.
Got it.
Yeah, or you cast Disintegrate on him or something.
Right.
But
Yep.
yeah. So anyway,
Sorry,
he-
did Paulie have disintegrate that he didn't use? I just asking for a friend.
no, he did not.
Try. Who knows what powers this thing has? I better stab him again.
Okay, so now we're on to Ailey's turn. And he was going to dispel, I think.
Yeah, he was gonna dispel the wall. And then
Alright, so...
go.
But when you try and do that... where's Ailey? Here?
He's come down close to the frog guy.
Oh yeah, that guy can't see him. And Bagoda would be able to see him, but he had to go down and get his axe. So, yeah, you luckily get that off because there would have been a counter spell for that. But manages to dispel the... Oh, does it need a...
Does need a roll if it's 4th level or higher. In DC 11.
It is...
4th, I think.
I think it is a 4th level spell.
Well, maybe 5th. Who knows? So I am gonna roll spellcasting ability. Check using your spellcasting ability. That's yep.
Where did that go? I'm sure I saw that. Oh, there it is.
Oh wait,
Wall of Fire.
10 plus the spell's level. No, fails. 10.
It needs... The DC is 10 plus the spell's level?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me look up Wall of Fire and make sure it is a 4th level. It is, yeah, level 4 evocation.
He doesn't have a 4th level spell slot that he could have used, so it fails. Phew. Where do I want to stand? Flank this guy, I suppose, for Barash.
That's too bad. One away from doing
Flanking do?
Advantage on the attack.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had somebody flanking me last time. I didn't use advantage.
it.
Should probably
Making
pay
ability-
attention to
Oh yeah,
these things.
he gets +5. That's why you got 13. Okay. Okay, so where were we? Is he? What else is he doing?
He moved down to go into flanking position by this frog guy.
Okay, and that was his whole action, right? Isn't that what bonus action?
Yep.
He could. I think he has a bonus action spell.
Interesting.
His resistance bonus? No. Guidance.
Oh, what about some of these healing things? Oh, he's got healing spirit.
That's a long
Bonus action.
Oh. Call forth a nature spirit to heal the wounded. Oh, it can move around and heal people.
Yeah, so like 5d6 over 5 rounds, I think. That sounds useful. Oh, but that's...
Yes.
Yeah. But he can't cast another spell, actually. He can only cast one spell and a cantrip, but only if the cantrip is a bonus action. Magic stone is the only one. I prepare a magic stone. Why not?
Why not?
Yep.
You did already have like 3 magic stones from the last time, so now you have
right, yeah.
5 of them.
Yep. Well, that's all I can do, so.
Okay. Oh yeah, because he can't. The other things are not bonus. Okay, so more magic stones. Okay. Oh, you should also look into. Probably should have done Cosmic Omen before we started this battle.
What's that?
Never even heard of that.
He has a thing where every day he can cast this. Oh, it actually is in effect because I assumed he cast it, and the current one is Wheel. So whenever you see a creature within 30 feet of you is about to make an attack roll, an ability or a saving throw or ability check, you can use your reaction to roll a d6 and add the number roll to the total. If it's Wheel, and if it's Woe, then it's subtract. So then you do that on enemies. And I think you can use it up to 3 times. There's 3 slots for it. So once those 3, then you need a long rest to recover that.
Gotcha.
Or it's
so
just
he
per
can...
day. So
did he say the range was 30 feet?
Yeah.
So he can
so an attack,
with
a
that.
save, or an ability check, he can use a reaction to give a d10 or a d6 to somebody.
The bonus. Handy.
And you might want to think about doing a wild shape at some point too for the starry form.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, instead of, I think wild shape is a bonus. What does it say?
Bonus
you
action.
use
Yep.
your. It says use your action to wild shape.
In starry form, as a bonus action, you can spend to use your wild shape feature to take on starry form rather than transforming into a beast.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you might want to do that instead because you can still cast in that form.
Right. Sure.
Okay, and then he
Add
has
some light.
3 of them, which the last one is kind of not that great. So either Archer, which helps you with shooting, or the healing form.
Chalice.
Chalice, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
We'll need some hit points back, I imagine.
Yeah, I think he can heal other people with it, or
Yep.
no, it heals him when he
Him
heals
and
somebody else.
someone else, I think.
Yeah. I always forget that one does.
You or another creature within 30 feet of you regain hit points. Equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Oh, whenever you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points, you or another creature can regain some more hit points. I don't really get the point of the dragon one, by the way. When you make an intelligence or wisdom check or con saving throw to maintain concentration, you can treat a roll of a 9 or lower as a 10. Is the DC 10?
But you've got your
Yeah.
bonuses on top of it.
10 plus.
Oh, I see. So minimum 10 then. You're setting it to
Yep.
minimum 10, so you're probably going to be fine. But how often does that come up?
50% of the time, almost.
Okay, well, do you guys want to continue? It's after midnight. Just
No,
finish
I
this
think-
round, I guess.
I think I have to head to bed.
All right. Then we will just stop on Ailey's turn. He's finished, right?
Yep.
So I'll
Yep.
move the counter to Slag, and he will be starting it next time.
Cool. If you wanted to skip him, that'd
Delicious.
be okay too.
Yeah, we could drop right down. Maybe I get a second attack today.
Yep. I'd be
He's-
willing to skip the hobgoblins too if you wanted to skip go right to Barash.
Skip anyone, just Barash.
Yep.
No, definitely keep Pauline in this because Pauline does way more damage than I do.
He's doing pretty good right now.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, you guys, that was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
We will continue that combat next game, and probably another one after that at this pace.
Potentially.
Yep.
But
All right, well, take it easy, guys. Have a great week, everybody.
all right.
Yep.
And anybody watching
Thanks, Sam.
still? Oh no, I guess nobody entered the raffle, so I won't be doing that. But yeah, we'll see you all next time.
Okay, take care.
And also for those who are watching the stream, Gigglefish and I are, the guy I play Overwatch with, are doing a kind of a giveaway together, or he's doing one and I'm getting involved in it. So if you just go ! Giveaway, you can see where at the bottom his link for the giveaway, and there's a bunch of secret codes you can use to get more kind of votes for the giveaway, or more chances to win if you collect all these other secret codes. I have another one hidden somewhere in my commands list, so if you can find the other one, you can use that one too. And then there will be a contest possibly next time I play Overwatch, or on Fun Day Monday, where I will be giving away a special code that will give you, I think, 10 or 20 entries, and it's a one-time use code, so you can get a bunch of extras, chances to win. And this is not a small contest. He actually has real physical prizes, like it depends on how many people enter, but he has stuff like a Blue Yeti microphone and some other streaming type gear, and so actual mouse and keyboard from Razer. So he's got some sponsorship going on, and if we get more people subscribing to our channels and starting to watch us, we're gonna the prize pool is gonna increase. So check that out over the next couple of weeks, and then there'll be a draw, I think, at the end. So yeah, check out Gigglefish's channel too at twitch.tv/Gigglefish, and the fish is with a PH, as you can see there. Yeah, so check him out. He's a cool guy. Alright, that's it for D&D tonight, and we'll see you next week. I'm gonna just play my outro, but I will also raid somebody, so just hang on a sec for that.